Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Indian School of Physics. This is Nitin here, and today again I have come up with a very interesting and very amazing problem. It is of infinite circles, as you can see in the diagram. So here is the statement of this problem. There is a vertical track consists of infinite circles having radius of r by 2, r by 4 till infinity with a very negligible gap between them as shown in the figure. A very tiny rigid spherical ball is projected from the lowermost point of the track with a velocity v naught. The size of the ball is small enough to cross the small gaps between the vertical track. What should be the minimum velocity of projection so that ball can reach the topmost circle? Assume there is no slipping between the ball and the track anywhere. So this is original problem. So let's discuss the concept of it. In order to develop the concept, first we will discuss with rolling what happens in case of vertical circle, one single circle. So I'm giving a velocity of v naught at the lowermost point, and I'm trying to find out minimum velocity v naught so that this ball can complete the vertical circle. All right. Since it is given there is no slipping anywhere, so definitely there will be some omega angular velocity at the lowermost point. As it will move up, its VCM is decreasing, omega is also decreasing at topmost point also. If there is some velocity of v1, definitely there is going to be some omega, and that omega is going to be v1 is equal to r omega. This relation will hold true for no slipping. I'm assuming this track is fixed, the circular track is fixed, otherwise this question will be a little painful. So here what I'm going to do is, for a rolling body, for a body in combined motion, both translational and rotational motion, the kinetic energy can be written in this manner. The K is equal to half m VCM square plus half ICM omega square. Now I can write here this m VCM square and ICM is 2 by 5 mr square, r square omega square is v square. So when I combine that, I am going to get half 1 plus 2 by 5 m r square omega square. So I am going to get this kinetic energy as 7 by 10 mv square when I add both translational and rotational kinetic energies. Now if I apply conservation of energy between lowermost point and the topmost point, so I am going to get this equation. Initial energy is 7 by 10 mv naught square. I am taking reference of potential energy at lowermost point, and this sphere is very tiny, so I am ignoring the radius of it compared to the radius of the track. And similarly, finally at topmost point, this is going to be the kinetic energy of the sphere, 7 by 10 mv1 square, and plus mgh, this is the gravitational potential energy, so mg into 2r. This is one equation. Now at topmost point we will analyze the force equation, because the center of mass of this ball is moving in a circle of radius capital R minus small r, but since small r is very small compared to capital R, I can say that center of mass is moving in a circle of radius capital R itself. So now here at topmost point, the forces which are acting on this ball is normal reaction from the track plus mg. So I can write net force towards the center is equal to mass into acceleration. Acceleration in circular motion is going to be v1 square by r. For v naught minimum, if I want this velocity to be minimum, definitely this velocity is going to be minimum, corresponding to minimum value of v naught. And if v1 is minimum, from this equation I can say if v1 is minimum, mg is constant, this normal should be minimum, and minimum value of normal is going to be 0. That means at the topmost point, this particle will be just in contact with the track. For a moment, for one instant, it will leave the contact, and again it will come in contact with the track. So this minimum velocity, I am going to get v1 square is equal to gr. When I substitute this value in this equation, I am going to get v naught square is equal to 27 by 7 gr. On solving, you can get this. So from here you can understand that this value is the minimum velocity required at lowermost point for which this particle will complete the vertical circle. It will complete this vertical circle even though it is having pure rolling, it is in pure rolling. All right, now for infinite circle we are going to do the same analysis, but this time I'm going to start from the topmost one. Let's say it is the nth circle where this particle is just reaching. It is reaching at the top of the track and I'm calling it as nth circle. So definitely at this nth circle, this speed is going to be Rn into G, radius of that into G. I have used it, I have derived this result earlier. All right, so after that I can say if it is just reaching here, so it must be having velocity of root gr, and then I can say to have this much velocity it must be having a velocity of this. By energy conservation I can find out Vn square plus 20 by 7 grn. That should be the velocity. You can guess from here, you can check from this equation, you can check from this equation if velocity at the topmost point is root gr, how much kinetic energy or how much velocity it must carry at the lowermost point. I think I have just discussed that proof. So you can see from here it is going to be Vn square plus 20 by 7 grn. All right, this is the calculation for it. Yeah, you can check here. When I apply energy conservation and see this part, you can see this equation. You can see this equation, I'm cancelling out. So this is 7 by 10 V bottom square is equal to 7 by 10 V top square plus 2gr. When you simplify this, you get V bottom square is equal to V top square plus 20 by 7 gr. That is what I am doing here. I am writing that in order to complete this circular track, it must be having this much velocity. All right, then similarly I can do this same analysis here also using this relation. So I'm going to get the velocity here is going to be Vn square plus 20 by 7 Rng, this is from here, plus 20 by 7 Rg of this circle I'm writing. That will be the velocity of a square at the bottom. I should take root, but I hope you can understand. Directly also we can write. Similarly, I can do that for all the circles, and finally when I'll come to the bottom circle, this velocity V0 square I can write as Vn square plus 20 by 7 Rng plus 20 by 7 Rn minus 1 into G plus 20 by 7 Rn minus 2 into G. Keep doing it, and finally you are going to come at circle R3, R2 and R1. This will be the final. So this is the relation of V0. You can form that series. Now here, if you adjust the term slightly, I can just bring R1 this side, and I'm reading it in reverse manner. So V0 square is Rng plus 20 by 7 G, R1 plus R2 plus R3 up to Rn. Now here n is actually the infinite circle, so n is tending to infinity. So if n is tending to infinity, this radius is going to be almost 0, r by infinity it is going to be. So that is nearly 0, and this will become 20 by 7 g r plus r by 2 plus r by 4 up till infinity. And if I further simplify it, I am going to get this value as root of 47 gr. I hope this answer is clear to you. You have understood the concept very well. And if you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like, share it with the others. And if you haven't subscribed my channel, please subscribe it. I'll be coming up with more amazing and original problems very soon. Thank you. Thank you very much.